Another lovely topic, lovely procedural topic, finding the mean from a frequency table. All right. So let's have a look at one of these questions. The table shows a number of sweets in 20 bags. So we have a table, and we're asked to find the mean. The first things first is we always want to try and understand what the table is asking, and what the table is telling us. So we know that there's one bag with 23 sweets, 4 bags with 24 sweets, 9 bags with 25 sweets, so on, so on. So basically, frequency stands for the number of bags. Step 1, to find the mean from a frequency table is finding the total number of sweets. How do we do this? Well, if there's one bag with 23 sweets, we'll do 1 times 23. So there's 23 sweets in total. There's 4 bags with 24 sweets each, so we're going to multiply those. 96. 9 bags with 25 sweets each, so we're going to multiply those. Oh, man. 225, I believe. 3 bags with 26 sweets each. 78. 3 bags with 27 sweets each. 81. So we'll just add those up to find the total number of sweets in all the bags. Which is 503 sweets. And we're going to divide that by the total frequency. So that's part 1, find the total number of sweets. Part 2 is to find the total frequency. So 1 plus 4 plus 9 plus 3 plus 3, which is 20. And it tells us there's 20 bags. Common mistake is people add up these numbers here. No! That's just lazy. That's what happens a lot. So we're going to get 503 sweets shared between 20 bags. And that will find us the mean. 25.15 sweets. Now, once you get your answer, it's always important to check how reasonable your answer is, okay? So, the least number of sweets in the bag was 23. The most number of sweets in the bag was 27. And our average is 25.15, which seems just about right. So our answer should always be in between the least number of sweets and the most number of sweets. If it's like, if your mean is 50, you know you've done something really wrong, because our answer should be in between 23 and 27. That's how we do it. Next one. Lily visits an arcade while on holiday. She plays 100 games and wins tickets that she can exchange for prizes. The table shows results. So there were 2 times she won 0 tickets, 11 times where she won 1 ticket, 28 games where she won 2 tickets, 18 games where she won 3 tickets, so on, so forth, until there were 3 games where she won 8 tickets. So step 1, find the total number of tickets won. Well, there were 2 games which she won 0 tickets. So that means she won 0 tickets in total. 11 games where she won 1 ticket each. So multiply those. 11. 28 times 2 is 56. 18 games where she won 3 tickets each. So 54. 44. 75. 24. You're going to add those up. $338. So she won 338 tickets in total. Find the mean number of tickets per game. Well, to find the mean, we've kind of done the first step already. We multiplied the number of tickets by the frequency and added them all up. And we're going to divide that by the total frequency. So add up all those numbers, which is 100. So it's going to be 338 divided by 100, which is 3.38 tickets per game. Check how reasonable that is. Our answer should be between 0 and 8, and it is. It's about 3.38. So guys, when you're trying to find the mean from a frequency table, all you're going to do is just multiply the frequency by the category. So 2 times 0, 11 times 1, 28 times 2, all the way till you get these numbers. You're going to add them up and divide it by the total frequency. That's it. Next, Timothy asked 30 people how long it takes them to get to school. The table shows some information. Work out an estimate for the mean time taken. Okay, so let's first understand the graph. There's 2 people who took between 0 and 10 minutes. T 0, 10 means the time was in between 0 and 10 minutes. There were 8 students who took between 10 and 20 minutes. 12 students who took between 20 and 30 minutes, etc. Okay? Now, same thing. We're going to multiply the columns to find the mean. But what do I multiply? Do I multiply 2 by 0 or 2 by 10? What you're going to do is you're going to multiply by the midpoint. The middle of 0 and 10 is 5. So you're going to do 2 times 5, which is 10. The middle of 10 and 20 is 15. 8 times 15 is 120. 12 times 25, which is 300. 7 times 35, which is, I knew that. And then 1 times 45, 45. Add them up. And then, like before, second step is you divide by the and then you find the total frequency. So 2 plus 8 plus 12 plus 7 plus 1 is 30. All right, and you just do 720 divided by 30. 24. And that's your answer. So same as before, multiply the frequency, but this time since the data was ranged, you're going to multiply by the midpoint. All right, check how reasonable your answer is. So the shortest time was 0, the longest was 50. Our answer was somewhere in the middle of, between those two numbers. Seems reasonable. So minutes. The time for 10 students to complete a race is below. So 3 students took 20 to 40 seconds. 5 students took between 40 and 60 seconds. 2 students took between 60 and 80 seconds. We'll start with the bottom. Work out for an estimate for the mean time taken. So same as before. We're going to do 3 times the midpoint. 90. 5 times the midpoint. Middle of 40 and 60 is 50. 5 times 50 is 250. 2 times 70, 140. Add those up. $480. And then you're going to add the total frequency. 3 plus 2, 5 plus 2 is 10. And that tells us 10 students. Actually, it tells us 30 people. 30. But just add it just in case. 480 divided by 10 is 48 seconds. And the least time took was 20. The most was 80. So 48 is kind of in the middle. So that's how you find the mean. Let's look at the rest of this. Work out what fraction of students took over 1 minute. Well, this is kids who took between 20 and 40 seconds, which is not over 1 minute. This is kids who took between 40 and 60 seconds, which is not over 1 minute. These are kids who took between 60 to 80 seconds, so that's 60 to 80 seconds is over 1 minute. So 2 people. So we can say 2 people out of the 10 in total took over 1 minute. The modal. The modal is the most popular category. So the category with the highest frequency. With highest well, in this case, the highest frequency in our column was 5. So the modal is going to be 40 to 60. The modal here, well, 12 is the most popular frequency, so 20 to 30. Let's do the modal for each of these. The modal here was 9. That's the most popular category, so 25 suites. And the modal for here is going to be 2 tickets because 28 people won them. All right, so that's the mode. But just focus on the mean here. So mean from a table, you multiply the categories together, add them up, and divide it by the total frequency. Multiply the categories, add them up, divide by the total frequency. If the data is grouped, you're going to choose the midpoint. And here's some practice questions. 1, 2, 3, and 4.